Namaste and welcome to Weekly Wellness Tune-Ups. We are continuing the self-inquiry path, and today we're looking at radical self-honesty through the lens of Satya, the truth. So this is a truth reflection inquiry, and this may not be comfortable for some of you, and if not, that's okay. You don't have to do it. It's just an idea. But this practice, it's not about criticism or self-judgment or being right or wrong or good or bad. It's more about just seeing clearly with empathy and compassion, love and humility, and with courage to let our soul speak beyond the mask of our story, our fear, the performance, the image we create for social media. What Vedic psychology teaches is Satya, truthfulness, is not simply about telling the truth outwardly. It's actually first about telling the truth inwardly. And that means being deeply aligned with who we are, our inner truth, our authentic self, the soul's knowledge of itself beneath the conditioned mind, manas, or behind what's hiding behind the ego constructs, the amkara. And the purpose of this is to deal with our subconscious patterns, the unresolved samskaras. And basically, the purpose of this inquiry is ultimately to witness where truth and untruth, avidya, are present in ourself. It's the veil of unconscious misperception and how those unconscious patterns, those unconscious misperceptions might be distorting our experience of reality. I'm very excited to share with you Real Mushrooms, the sponsor of the Awakened Living podcast. I use their mushrooms every single day because they've genuinely changed my life. I trust them because they have 50 years of expertise and use 100% organic mushrooms, 0 grains, 0 fillers, which are found in most common mushroom products on the market. They use just real, organic, clinically tested mushrooms. Every morning, I use lion's mane to sharpen my thinking. I use cordyceps to give me the clean energy I need for the day. I use chaga to strengthen my immune system. And when stress hits, and it does, I use reishi to bring me back to center. With their products, you actually feel the difference. For the month of January, Real Mushrooms gives Awakened Living with Nibodhi podcast listeners 25% off their entire first order. Use the code AWAKEN25 at checkout to get 25% off your entire first purchase. You can find their link in the show notes or visit nibodhi.com/mushrooms to get yours today. So as we respond to these questions, take a deep breath, relax the jaw, soften the belly, and invite the Sakshi Baba, the inner witness, the attitude of being a witness, to really speak through us honestly and with as much clarity as possible, and definitely with as much compassion as possible. So these truth reflections, these are prompts. You can write them down. You can come back to them anytime you want as a regular self-practice. So what I would recommend is responding in a quiet space. Create a space that's sacred. Go to the altar, go to your special place, go in nature or something where you can have quiet, reflective space. And whatever the first answer is, whatever the instinctive answer is, just ask that question. Or let the answer arise. Ask the question and let the answer arise. And then gently ask again, is there a deeper truth behind this? And right from that place that lies beyond the personality structure, from the Sakshi Bhava, from the witness consciousness, okay? So this is just a practice. There's, again, do this without judgment, do it without projection. There's no right, there's no wrong, it's not good, it's not bad. It's just questioning so we can understand ourselves more. I call it radical self-inquiry. So the first question, or the first statement, the most honest reason I feel tension in my relationships are, and then what unspoken need, boundary, fear, or past pain is shaping my reaction. So again, the most honest reason I feel tension in my relationships are, and it could be a specific relationship or just your relationships in general. And then really look at what unspoken need is there, what boundary has been set, what the fear is, and what past pain could possibly be shaping my reactions in my relationships. The second question or statement is the true cause of this unresolved issue in my life is ... The true cause of the unresolved issues in my life are whatever they are. And then we ask, am I avoiding a lesson? Am I repeating cycles? Am I repeating karmic patterns or resisting responsibility in some way? So these are the questions we ask in response to this statement. The true cause of unresolved issues in my life are, and we ask, am I avoiding a lesson, repeating a karmic pattern, or resisting some kind of responsibility? Sometimes taking responsibility is scary. It means admitting we were wrong. We messed up, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. We all make mistakes. It's a mistake. We get to do it over. We have to do it over until we get it right. Those are the karmic patterns. The next question, it's about our finances. It's about our abundance consciousness. The real reason my financial situation is the way it is, ... The real reason my financial situation is how it is right now is ... It may be exactly as you want it to, and in which case you don't necessarily need to answer this question. But if it's not exactly as you want it to, the real reason my financial situation is the way it is, and then we have to inquire, what inner story am I telling myself about worth? Was I raised with negative beliefs about money? Money grows on trees. You have to work hard to get money, or money's not for spiritual people. We have to ask what our inner story around wealth and abundance are, what our inner story about receiving is, and any limitations in our consciousness that we're carrying around our financial situation, around abundance. Remember, in the 4 goals of life, the Vedic 4 goals of life, the Purusharthas, there's Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Dharma is our purpose. Artha is wealth, both spiritual and material wealth. Kama is the things that we enjoy in life, not in a hedonistic way, but just what the sense organs prefer. And then the knowledge, the seeking or remembering of the knowledge that we are the self. So Artha is one of the 4 valid goals of life. We're worthy because we exist. So we have to ask this. The real reason, we have to examine why our financial situation is the way it is, if it's not how we want it to. So again, asking, what are the inner stories I've been telling myself about my worth, about receiving, or any limitations that may be blocking that flow? Okay. And then around changes in our life, if there's changes that we want to make or we haven't made yet, the honest reason I haven't made this necessary life change is whatever comes up. The honest reason I haven't made this necessary life change so I can live my life to the fullest is, and then questions we can ask ourselves, what am I protecting? Who would I have to stop being? What identity would I need to release? Oftentimes we're hiding behind a mask and we're afraid to be who we truly are. But us playing small, us dimming our light doesn't help the world in any way. Okay. And the next one is our sense of fulfillment. The deeper truth behind my sense of unfulfillment is. Now, this is, if you feel fulfilled in life, again, this question is not for you. But a lot of people I hear all the time are telling me they're not fulfilled in life. The deeper truth behind my sense of unfulfillment is, we have to be radically honest here. Why are we not fulfilled in life? And it usually comes down to one of 2 things. My soul is, the questioning is one of 2 things. What is my soul longing for that I've been ignoring? Why am I not paying attention to my soul? What is it? We have to ask our soul what it is that it actually longs for, what it wants, what it's here to do. And it usually comes because we're engulfed in false ideas about ourselves. So the next question would be, what illusion am I chasing? Is the American dream the big house, the big fancy car, whatever it is? What illusions are we chasing? Then from there, if you're having issues with this exercise, I would ask, my true uncensored response to this exercise is, how do you feel about doing this exercise? Uncensored. Do you want to tell me to go to hell? Why am I doing this? What's the purpose of all this? Honestly, how does this exercise make you feel? And then if you want to ask the next question, what does that feeling teach me? Not what does this exercise teach you? What is your feeling about the exercise teaching you? So what is your true uncensored response to this exercise? How is it making you feel? And what is that feeling teaching us? And then, again, the deeper truth about why I'm having the response to this exercise, whatever the response is. What's the deeper truth behind why you're responding this way? Is there a deep part of you that's being challenged and doesn't want to be challenged? Is the ego being challenged in a way that it really isn't used to? And then what belief or wound is being illuminated here? If there's something coming up, if there's an uncomfortable feeling coming up, if there's something uncomfortable we have to look at, what is that? All we're doing is asking questions. Again, do these questions. This is 7 questions, 7 statements and 7 questions. Do this without judgment, without good, bad, right, or wrong. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a self-inquiry practice. It's a radical self-inquiry practice. So in this moment, you're invited to practice this. This is called vichara, atma vicharya, self-inquiry, discriminative insight. Let yourself sit with the discomfort, if there is discomfort, and be open to whatever might arise from that process. Be curious about what arises from this process. Again, it's not about fixing anything. We're not broken. It's just about being radically honest and present with what is within us. So that's all. And so when you speak or write from the truth of our soul, the chitta, vritti, the mental fluctuations of the mind, they get very quiet. They stop having such an effect over us. And our psyche, our consciousness begins to reorganize itself in a way that is surrounded with this clarity, this much greater clarity and coherence. And what that ultimately leads up to is trusting in our own true nature. When we can question ourselves without judgment, without guilt, without shame, and just be curious about what's coming up, it brings us closer and closer to our true nature, because we can have a bird's eye view. We can have the witness consciousness around those patterns without identifying those patterns as who we are. So light a candle, read your true statements out loud, place your hands on your heart, and say out loud, I honor the truth that lives in me. I honor the truth that lives in me, and I welcome the freedom it brings. I honor the truth that lives in me. I welcome the freedom it brings. You can do this exercise looking at a candle, looking at a picture of your favorite god or goddess, your favorite deity. You can stare at the sky, watch the grass grow while doing this. But it's good to do this self-inquiry practice. So if this sits with you, great, wonderful. I hope it's beneficial, and I hope you get something out of it. And if it doesn't, pass it on. Just let it go. Let it go by the clouds in the sky. So I do hope that you found benefit in this, at least got one, maybe just ask one question, or at least you have the awareness now that self-inquiry is something that we can do on a daily basis or one day a week or something like that. But in any case, fill your hearts with love, fill your hearts with curiosity, fill your hearts with authenticity. Look for the truth within yourself, because that's where the truth resides. Namaste.